Hey, this is Glendon, pimping Craigslist for fun and profit. Now, that's always the Chrome edition. That's where we're going. But this video is going to be very different. I know that you're looking for an easy copy paste, effectively make money solution, but it's much more trickier than that. I'm going to take you the long way. We're going to go through the rose garden. We're going to smell some berries, and then I'm going to give you what you want. But I have to explain to you why what you want isn't in your best interest, if that makes sense. Let's start with my love affair with video. I have roughly 700 videos between YouTube and other sites. Yeah, about that many. Now, this is the thing that everyone wants to know. It's like, Glendon, you make more money doing this than you did in the storage auction business. Effectively, we were doing close, I bet you're close to $1 million in sales. However, our profit margins were 75 to 90%. So there's some other stuff going on with that. But effectively, I have not made as much money doing this as I have with the storage auction business. But I am not in traffic. I'm not trying to kill people, and I don't have the clampets up my ass. So since 2009, video has helped me earn $600,000. And this is the thing that really gets people, because people are like, oh, you're making all this money on AdSense. 98% of that was not AdSense. However, I'm going to show you how it's done, because I didn't really know this was going to happen. But the thing is, it is crazy. I talk about this in some of my speaking engagements, but the first year I did $62,000 in book sales. Just strictly book sales. That's all I had. And that was the first full year after the book was done using YouTube. That was my #1 generator of traffic to my blog. Second year, 90,000 book sales. And then things started to pop and explode. 370,000 consulting, speaking, TV deal, etc., etc. And one other thing that came from video was a $78,000 settlement for copyright infringement. Due to our agreement, I can't tell you who, when, or where. All I could say was they stole my shit. I caught them. They lied. I had proof. We didn't even go to court, because when their attorney saw what I had, how much do you want? That's what he said to me over the phone. Now, did you notice the discrepancy? I want you to really get the big picture. Oh, you didn't see it? Okay, like I said, this video is going to be a little different. Hold on a second. Booyah. Okay. I made the bulk of my money from stuff other than book sales. Let's go forward now. And that's one of the reasons that I laugh when, during the book bitch incident, if you weren't familiar with that, there was one person who wanted to be my friends, but I didn't want them in my playground. And I think they peed in the sandbox once before, so I didn't want that kind of guy there. But it went on and went on and on. And as I learned this business, it became immediately apparent that doing something bigger than trying to just get a sale was more effective, more profitable, and more fun. See, this is the thing that I see on YouTube and I see in forums. You buy something, then you want to sell it, which is natural. But the thing is, what you're doing is you're extending an incredible amount of energy for each sale. There's no process, there's no leveraging, there's no regular customer base. So every time you make a sale, unless it's just a really hot item that the market wants, you're like, putting all this effort, and you're not benefiting from your previous effort. And that's what a lot of people are doing. That's what about 90% of the people out there are doing. Buy some, sell some, buy some, sell some. They don't even know anything about building a customer base, building a list. That's like speaking Urdu or something. Now, this is the cool thing. And I found this guy within like a month of being on YouTube. Incredible story. Because when I was putting this together, I had to go back and look at it. And this is the thing. I saw this in 2009, and I've shared it over the years. But when I went to look for it, I was just like Flea Market Montgomery. That's what I put in YouTube. And I went straight to, he was easy to find because he was memorable. I want you to watch the video because I just found out he went ahead and put that little ditty on iTunes. And we're going to talk about that. He did this as a local commercial, then put it on YouTube. He hit Ellen DeGeneres. And I could tell you, he might be making a G a month or more just from this one video that he did 6 years ago. Go to 07. And why is that important? Let's talk about that. Say he makes $1,000 a month. Okay, that's 12 grand a year. Say he's making another 12 grand a year from his Mini Mart iTunes song. That's $24,000, right? You know, people go, that's not really exciting. It's fucking incredibly awesome and over the top exciting. Because the thing is, he did this once. Let that marinate. He did this once. So if it's making him $24,000 a year and he continues to do that for the next 10 years, that's $250,000 for something he did once. Going back to the previous slide, remember I was talking about the incredible effort in not building? So this video could literally fund his retirement. If he took the money just from this video and those songs and put them in retirement, that could literally fund his retirement account. So you get some rets or something. I mean, seriously. So understand, and you know, this is something that we're going to discuss later because I'm reading several books and I'm going to have to pare down because like I'm excited. I'm listening to books and I'm reading books. But all sales are emotional from some aspect to some way. And I want you to think about something, what's going on. I've referenced this before. In commercials, the man is made to look like an idiot frequently, right? Now, you're going, why is that? Because it appeals to the emotional side of women. And who's the largest consumer base in the world? Women. 75% of all purchases in the United States are influenced, affected, or decided by women. So that's where the marketers are going after them. But that's a whole nother shebang. But the whole thing is, and this is something that I learned, it's like, I'll do a video about business, solid concepts, not too many views. I do a video about some bullshit, about like some panties or, you know, some Mexicans and a crackhead, crazy out there ass views. However, something else is funny. I get a lot of sales because I noticed the ratio when I was doing it, because I've shifted my business model. I would put up about 5 to 10 videos, wouldn't mention books, just put a link there and I would get a lot of sales. And then, you know, this summer, I went ahead and did a lot of, you know, really grinding out direct in-your-face marketing, which also generated a lot of sales. So both methods work, but the thing is, the more subtle method doesn't get the backlash. Understand, whether you're like right in the face, like, hey, I sell stuff, it responds. Some people respond. If you do it subtly, some people respond. But anyway, any way you look at it, you need video in your mix. Now, this is where a lot of what I've been telling you in the hustler mindset is starting to bear fruit, because I've been leading you down a path, not just because, you know, I'm a mercurial bastard, but I wanted you to get here because this is the genesis of what we're going to do and what you're doing. Going back to what I said about, you know, the phenomenal effort, if you develop a story, you have something that appeals to the emotional side of people. I want you to think about something, and you have primary evidence in so many ways. Like when you go to the movies, there's a certain arc. There's villains. They're there for a reason, because without that tension, the movie would fall flat and you wouldn't like it. Real life can be very interesting, but we want that extra. But the deal is with making video, money with video, you just like throw a video up on YouTube. You may get lucky with like, you know, Charlie bit me or something like that. But potential buyers need a compelling reason to click away from your ad. Seriously, they really do. They need a big reason, because you go on Craigslist and you see stuff, and you know, if they really want it, they already inherently have that compelling reason. But if they don't have it, you have to give them a little something. And there's some other stuff that we can experiment with, because This is just a small segment of what's going to happen because I'm going to do a full featured video course a few weeks in the future. But the deal is, this is why I ask these questions, because if you're just kind of like a part-time splunker, because this is the thing, and it burns my britches, it makes the buttons want to pop off my shirt. So many people want full-time benefits from part-time effort. It's not going to happen. This is what's really going to happen. You're probably going to put in double time to get regular pay, and then once it catches fire, then you do pretty much little or nothing, going back to the mini mart man, and you make money for months and years after the fact. But going back to the mini mart man, he had a business. He had trucks. He built something. So it wasn't like, the commercial would have not worked unless he had built without something that was already built before he did the commercial. So you need to do that hard work somewhere. And like I said, it's just easier to put together if you got some skin in the game. It is just phenomenally much easier, because the thing is, if you're just doing something like putting it together, like I'm doing this video to make dollars. This is the deal with videos. 90% of the videos I make miss. 90% miss. And that's one of the reasons I put a shitload up there, because when one hits, it hits, and it hits hard. But I don't know what's one. And, to sit back and try to say, well, this is going to go viral. And I don't even worry about viral, because one of my videos, which cracks me up, it doesn't get a lot of views, but it's very compelling. And when people click on it, I get sales. And it doesn't have a lot of views. It's just so funny. But that's what I'm telling you. Get away from that massive view things. It's a red herring. It'll lead you astray. Now, this is the thing. Going back to what I was talking about, this is why you need a blog. You need something, because putting videos on Craigslist is a bitch. There's a way to do it, but like I said, some bad things can happen, which we'll talk about later. But this is why you need your own internet property, and you need to start playing around with blogs and playing around with video, because it's the future. It's the future. And gaining these skills now are going to help you later, because YouTube's getting ready to do a new layout. And it looks crazy, but it will primarily benefit folks who've been working for a while. Well, multiple channels. It gives them a way to showcase their stuff. So you understand, they just changed the layout a few months ago. Remember what I said? All this change that's happening? Mark my words. The next 5 years, we're going to have more informational shifts than we have in the previous 300. That's how critical this stuff is. But to be on point, this is why you need your own internet properties. This is why you need your blogs. And understand, these things don't have to have crazy massive views. Get that out your head. They have to be clean. They have to be easy to find. But you can do a lot with little. Now, when you're doing a video on your site, and this is something that I'm doing with Storage Auction Shogun, I want to do these little dirty, crazy videos just for the storage auction folks, but you have to go to my blog to watch them. They're on YouTube, but they're not on YouTube, and I'm doing it for a reason. And I've noticed that it's bearing fruit. Oddly enough, 75, maybe 80% of the people who watch my channel gives a damn about storage auctions. That's what I started with, but once again, you don't have to stay there. When you do this internet stuff, like I said, I already taught you. You can get your hosting cheap. You can get a domain name for 75 cents to a 99 cents. And if you really have to pay some money, GoDaddy, $6.95, $7. I mean, seriously, if you factor in the gas, the depreciation in your car to go and get a cup of coffee, you will spend more money going to get a cup of coffee than you will do on these domain names. It is an incredible thing that's going to happen. Now, when you build your platform, you are in control. And this is something else that I found completely by accident. Once you have your platform and you have people that like it, you can branch out and do something 180 degrees totally different than what you started off with. Because the thing is, I'm not a branding person. I really don't like that word, what's your brand, pimp your brand. Because the thing is, I'm more of an action-oriented person. If you're doing something and building something, the brand will kind of define itself. And sometimes going ahead and trying to create a brand will actually pigeonhole you when actually you need to let it go. Give you an example. using my own information, using what I taught you, let's go to passive income Cincy. I wrote the post, I was doing it, and just like it was like, well, I'm not really a passive income guy. I'm getting some, and I can teach people, but it's more than that. I'm more about building stuff. I like building stuff, so that blog's gonna disappear a little bit. It's gonna disappear, and I'm gonna have to reload and reset some stuff up. But it's going to be more business, starting business type stuff, because I can still use that information for the new things. And that's the beauty of learning. That experiment, like I said, cost me nothing. But the whole thing is, it's much bigger than that. You have to get around to selling you, because your products can come and go. Your ideas, your passions can change. You may like start off like, hey, I'm a wheatgrass guy, but today I'm all about the oats and barley. It can be like that, and that's the flexibility. But see, once you build that platform, and I learned this from the storage auction business, my neighbors in the complex called me up and was like, man, for well over a year, people kept coming to that place because they were looking, because the platform was built. And even when it was torn down, people kept coming by looking at that. And I'm like, hey, I hope they build it again. Open up the doors because I liked it. So that's what happens when you sell you. This is the part I love. Once you build it, you can direct. Because this is something else. And I want to say it as clearly as possible. With my experience online. Because, I want to go ahead and say, hey, it's a storage auction buyer. That's the nomenclature that people like to give me. But I was really a technology buff, because if you watch the videos, I mentioned we did as much as we could to generate sales and leads online. 68% of our revenue was generated or was online. I was the first one to go out and get a laptop with an air card. And this isn't going like, oh, he's super brainy and everything. It was just because we had a core mission of growing and getting bigger. We used the best tools, which was technology and online, to make that happen. But with that, doing these channels, primarily eBay, primarily PayPal, I learned the hard way. When it's not your own stuff, bad things happen. You could be literally put out of business. Like the deal with eBay and my limitations with PayPal, if we didn't have other stuff going on, we would have been in a world of hurt. We would have been out of business. And that's just how important, because the thing is, I'm not going to tell you don't use eBay. I'm not going to say don't use Amazon. I'm not going to say don't use Craigslist. I'm going to say use them, but put as much more emphasis on your house. It's kind of like that neighbor that knows everyone's business, but their spouse is cheating on them and the kids are smoking crack, but they know everything that's going on around them, but they don't know what's going on in their house. That's what you see online a lot. You have people all over this place. They know more about Amazon. They know more about YouTube, but they don't know what's going on their own blog. Because it's the Kool-Aid. It's like, because these YouTube, Amazon, eBay, they're big, and Craigslist, yeah, because they have all the eyeballs. That's where all the traffic is. Traffic means shit without engagement. There are many bloggers out there, a lot of kids getting 100,000, 200, 3,000, 300,000 hits per month on their blog, YouTube channel. Some of them getting millions. And the minute they try to put a product on there and charge money, they lose 9% of their audience. So don't get really carried away. Just think of this as you're building your own symphony. And you build it, you pick the piccolo players, you get the violinists, you get the bass, and you can direct them any way you want. Now I want you to understand, I discovered all of this by accident. I mean, seriously. It's pretty phenomenal, because when I look back, my goals were simple, but I did have written goals. And it's just, this is what I'm giving you in the hustler mindset. What I did exactly, and I'm giving you the good, the bad, and the ugly. And what's really interesting about this is, if you start off with one thing and you do it as well as you can, you're probably going to get 10 more benefits from that. That's why it's so important to just start and to build and to do something, it is, you got to get started. And so many people are like, I don't know what to do. And then they're like paralyzed by fear. So they don't do nothing. You are better off by getting started and falling flat on your face and learning something than to sit in the corner and just try to hope or figure out or get that cookie cutter solution. Because, give you an example, YouTube has shifted in the last 3.5 years since I've been on there. Totally shifted. If I was not part of the original, well, not when I came on YouTube, YouTube was 3.5 years old. No, 2000, no. Actually, YouTube started in 2006. I popped on in 2009. So I kind of caught some of that early stuff, but it had already gone through several reiterations when I jumped on. And I'm telling you, what's going to happen with YouTube, and it's a good idea to start a channel. It's a good idea to start, and you don't have to be there all day. I'm telling you, if you dedicate 5 or 6 hours a week to YouTube, that's plenty. That's plenty. Because YouTube's going to roll out subscription based. And I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. Some of these people who already have huge followings, they're going to get some subscribers, and they're going to get like 15, 20,000 people at $3 a month. Yeah, 60 grand a month. There's going to be a new class of YouTube millionaire coming soon. So this is the cool thing. You still have time to get in, because people are moving away from television, and I'm completely off topic, but I think it has to be said, and I will cover it more in the video course. But people are looking at their entertainment different. They're looking for their own tribes. So you will be able to create a very niche type business that may only serve 30,000 people, right? But if those 30,000 people are paying you anywhere from $2 to $25 a month, let's take it down to $2 a month, 30,000 people. 60 grand. 720,000 a year. I'm pausing for a reason, because this stuff is happening. This is why I'm putting up these videos. Technology shift. This is why this stuff's happening. And I want you to be a part of it. And sitting at home on your ass not doing anything, it's not going to happen. And I am trying to influence you to think larger than making one sale at a time. Because that's the thing. I see it and I'm just looking and I'm looking and I'm like, you got to think bigger. You got to think bigger. And this isn't to piss on someone's efforts or say they're not working hard enough. They're working extremely hard, but the effort and energy is misdirected. It's like, physics, a fulcrum and a lever. If you place that lever in the right position, you can move a building with your finger. But if it's in the wrong position, you may need 20 elephants to get the same kind of motion. It's just about positioning and knowing what you're doing. Now, this is the part that you want. I had to give you all of that to get to this, because you can actually put a video on Craigslist. Essentially, you have to do a screenshot and change up some links. And I'm going to do a quick little video and show you exactly how to do it. But let's talk about Craigslist. What do we know about Craigslist? If you post too many ads, they could ghost your stuff. You post too many ads, they may ban you or block you or limit you. So what do you think they're going to do if you're putting up a bunch of code that's hanky? Understand, it's very easy for a programmer to design something to sniff out atypical code. They know when you're putting up a link to Folder Bucket. Folder Bucket's benign. It's safe. They don't really care about that. But when you put up that link and it's going to YouTube, it's going to alert their bots, and more than likely they're going to shut you down. I've gotten away with it a few times, then it stopped working. Before I did this video, I tried to do it, and Craigslist asked for my phone number. Yes, I tried to do that. So I'm telling you, I'll show you how to do it, but in my opinion, it's better to do this. Just take this screenshot, trim it up, and use that as a thumbnail or a photo in your array, because you're like, oh, everyone knows what that means. That's a YouTube video. So they know there's a YouTube video. Then you direct them to your blog where they can watch the video without going to YouTube, and you can get the same effect, because I'm telling you, Craigslist is getting more and more dicey with this stuff. So Proceed at your own risk. Actually, like my freaking first photo bucket account ever. 8250 from Humpty. But that's not what you care about. You care about this. So what we're gonna do is start here. Like I said, I don't do this that often, but I've done it. Go there. Okay. I already copied this, so I'm not going to do it again. Now, on the screen captures, actually, I will do it again. If you have a Mac, it's very easy. You just do this. You know, if I hit 3, I would just do the whole screen. So I've got that. So what we're going to do is go to YouTube. Okay. And we're going to use that as, well, we're not going to let the advertisement run. Okay, so everyone knows what that is a YouTube video, right? Okay, so what we're going to do is go here. Upload. So there it is. So we're going to bring that there. And it does its magic. Oh, it's so snazzy. Okay. I did not expect that to happen. What we're gonna do is
using robotics and mobile technology. Verizon
okay.
innovators have made it possible.
Cool. Let's. I didn't expect that. So we now know how they're making money with Photo Bucket. Okay. So going here, and here we are. Copied, right? So next, we're gonna go to Craigslist, and we're gonna post to the classifieds. Let's see, where are we gonna post this? Right, I'm not gonna let this run. I'm just gonna kind of show it to you. Appliances by owner. All right. Just I'm being silly. Pimping. Yeah, you know what? Hold on. Because remember when I said, because I haven't given them my phone number and I'm not about to do all that. I'm actually going to go in this way. Here we go. Back to household. And we're going to post. Because the thing is, you can post one ad and generally you don't have to go through all those shenanigans. So, ooh, let's do it like this. Antiques. You gotta have fun. Antique, pink panties. And we're gonna ask $500. Loot, and a specific location is loot in my pocket. Seriously, I've put up crazy ads like this before. What's even crazier is that people respond. I'm gonna do this email address. All right, I have a ton of email addresses. That's life on the internet. I sell at. I hope you like me. Okay, so, all right. Now, this is the screenshot. You see this? Ay, caramba, hold on. They changed it again. So this is what I'm talking about. Hold on. Let's go back to. Okay, gonna have to use this one. And go back to, let's see, actually I'm gonna close some of these windows, so we will not be doing that. We're gonna get rid of that one. Because this is the thing. All right, here we go. Now, this is the extra stuff. See this? Let's highlight this. All this. What you want to do is, let's see, where is it? Okay. Get rid of that. And I shouldn't have closed that because I needed it, but I'll open it up again. I'll go the direct route. It's faster this way. And I knew there was a reason I wanted that open. And we're going to YouTube. And we're going to stop the video. Hit share. All right. You want this code right here. And oh, it's got me in Tulsa. I was doing a little research there. That's what was a little thrown. Okay. All right, here we go. So replace that with this. And in the little language, I understand this sometimes works, sometimes doesn't work. When you're doing this code, if you mess up one thing, if you put one thing in or leave one thing out, it will not work. Just letting you know. And this is easier than it used to be. I am selling these antique panties. Yes, I am partying with them. You can reach me at 780-644. Wait a minute. Yeah, let's see. 404-689-4. Best offer. Go up. $500. Our best offer. Okay. And we're going to just, put a little life in there. We're going to add that there. Because, ads with photos get a little bit more love. And, okay, that's the photo. I'm going to hit continue. Let's see. And there it is. Okay, you have your ad. I'm going to delete this. And you click on it. Okay, apparently I screwed something up. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back. And see, this is what I'm talking about. Now, I am not 100% sure. Okay. Edit this posting. And let's look in here and let's see, what did I screw up? Okay. Just to help me out. Okay. Yeah, you have to look at this stuff. All right. We're going to take this out. All right, we gotta take that out. Let's see what happens. I think I left too much stuff in there. Done with images. Is it still showing? It's still showing. Okay. Okay. Believe I am being blocked. This is what I'm talking about because this is what I mean. But if you can get it to work, and let's see, let's pop out of here some more. Okay, it is showing that. It's showing. Let's see. Let's go back and refine again. So this is what I'm talking about. Now, you already have the process of putting stuff on Craigslist, and this is just for one. Oh, wait a minute. Let's go back. Let's go back. And actually, let's see. Okay. Now, this is the thing with it. Like I said, sometimes it works. A lot of time it doesn't. If it does work, you get ghosted. And this is the thing. But this worked just as well. Come out of there. Come out of there. Got all these windows open. Let's come out of there. Okay. Let's hit refresh. So, what you can do quick. That's the, hey, you know, it's in there. You just click on the picture, it goes there. If you want to play around with that, because I've actually messed around for some, now this was high price stuff that I was doing, but this is how you can do it the quick and easy way. Just go ahead, do the folder bucket, have the picture there, have a link directly to the video. Like I said, everyone knows what this is. Now, if you want to, you can change that link to your blog. But that's the gist of it. Now, I don't recommend doing this for, you know, like I said, cheap stuff. Let's say, okay, give you an example. Say you are having a garage sale, right? And you want to do something like this. You can put up pictures in a link and just kind of do like a video tour or something like that. But you'll need to get that to your blog, or you can have them go to YouTube. Now, this is the thing with YouTube, and I didn't mention it earlier. When you move people to YouTube, they bring up all of this stuff. Let me show you exactly what I'm talking about. Let's come out of there. This is what you're doing, and this is why you want to put them on your blog. All right. They go to YouTube, right? And we're going to hit this. Okay. You see all of this stuff, right? Now, for me, fortunately, that's mine, that's mine, that's mine. Don't know who the hell that is. Don't know who that is. But most of this is mine. So they come into my videos, they see my stuff on YouTube. That's the benefit of having a shitload. But if you don't have this many views, you don't have a lot of videos, all this could be someone else's stuff, or it can be some chick's big ass or some titties, and next thing you know, they're clicking there and they completely forget about your ad. But when you do this, and you get them on your ad, and they click, because they have to go down here and click to go to YouTube. So they just click that arrow. They're going to watch it on your blog, you know, stuff that you own. And then you can make it just interesting. But I've seen people do very well with that. But that's how you can do it. My recommendation is don't spend the time trying to have them click the picture and go straight to your video. Work on building the story. Work on building the tribe, because you're going to put out a phenomenal amount of effort just to do that. If you saw what happened, like I said, this right here, actually, while I'm thinking about it, let me get rid of it, because the people, because I would definitely get flagged here. Wait a minute. Let's say, hold on. We need to get rid of that. How the hell do you get? right, well, it's weird. I am so used to not canceling ads. I know exactly how to get rid of it. Hold on a second. Like I said, I don't cancel ads. It's kind of rare. Just go here, because I don't want these people in Tulsa to be like. Well, I'm not going to take too much of your time, but I'm going to cut the video off here, and I am going to get rid of these panties in Tulsa. But essentially, that's it for this session. There will be a live session with Q&A, but I'm not going to do it in like 5 days. I'm going to actually post it, give you time to get yourself together, and I'll announce it. All right, and that concludes Pimping Craigslist, the Chrome edition. The audiobook will be released the last week of February.